Meanwhile, overseas in Great Britain, a surprising headline that caught our eye today. Despite the Delta variant still running rampant, COVID cases in the UK have dropped in recent weeks. So what's behind the decline, and what could it tell us about what may happen with the COVID surge here in the US? Here's ABC's Julia Macfarlane in London.
Britain is holding its breath after Prime Minister Boris Johnson's government lifted all remaining COVID-19 restrictions in mid-July, despite the Delta variant running rampant.
It is right to proceed cautiously in the way that we are, but it's also right to recognise that this pandemic is far from over.
But then something peculiar happened. Cases have been falling steadily for weeks, and scientists around the globe can't quite figure out why.
I don't know that most of us were expecting to see that. Is that because this variant is so wildly contagious that you've actually seen the point arrive where most people have gotten infected, or at least enough anyway, that you're starting to get to herd immunity from natural infection?
More than once the worst-hit nation in Europe, Britain has had a tough time fighting COVID-19. Britain surged last year, producing the Kent or Alpha variant that went on to become the dominant strain of COVID-19 around the world. But now, in the midst of its third wave, cases have been falling since the easing of lockdown 2 weeks ago. The Delta variant now makes up 99% of new cases. But since July 15, the 7-day average of cases has dropped from over 45,000 down to just over 26,000 last week, a drop of more than 40%. Today, just under 22,000 new cases were reported. And deaths are a fraction of what they were in the height of the second wave. At its peak in January, Britain seeing an average of 1,383 deaths a day to roughly 77 deaths this past week. So what may be driving the decline in Britain?
Part of the reason for that is likely the vaccines working incredibly well, natural immunity, especially because the Delta variant ripped through the population, and of course, social distancing and masking that were sort of part of the fabric of the response.
Government figures estimate that 92% of people in England have antibodies, either from vaccination or previous infection of COVID-19. This week, Britain opening its doors to American tourists for the first time since travel restrictions began, leading to emotional reunions at the airport as transatlantic families are finally able to reconnect.
It means the world, especially as an 8-year-old child who hasn't seen his grandparents for a couple of years. It's a big chunk of his life, and I'm so thrilled for him that he can come here.
Fully vaccinated travellers for the US no longer having to quarantine for 10 days upon arrival into England. Now, all that's needed is proof of vaccination in US residency and to take COVID tests before and after arrival.
We are very excited to see the American tourists coming back to London. It has been a long time and we missed you guys.
And as the United States grapples with its own surge of the Delta variant, could the UK's recent dip offer a glimmer of hope for a potential US decline in the future?
There are some important caveats. The vaccine rollout has not gone as well here in the US, and we have major pockets of unvaccinated people. Those people will continue to be the host for the Delta variant, and because of that, I'm concerned that we will not necessarily be a mirror image of the UK.
Experts warn it's too soon for celebrations. While cases in the UK have declined in recent weeks, it comes after a mini surge earlier in July, widely attributed to the Euro 2020 soccer championships. Fueled by indoor transmission and densely packed crowds, cases shot up across the UK. And now the UK has reopened its doors, with festivals, nightclubs and other large gathering sites all having their restrictions lifted.
This is a really good signal for the rest of the world, but at the same time, we have to be incredibly concerned about rapid reopenings and resurgence of Delta or maybe a future variant. This is a story that we've seen play out over and over again through the pandemic.
Combined with the return of schools and universities in the fall, and scientists warn that numbers could be coming back up once again in September. Lindsay, British lawmakers are clearly worried about that possibility of cases rising in the fall. UK media reporting that a booster vaccine programme will be in place from next month. British adults over 50 and those with compromised immune systems will be among the first to be offered their third shot. Lindsay?
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.